Hey, Brew Crew. Brewer here. Welcome back to another quick update. So a bit more of an active day today, but you can't really be consistent with how active or inactive you are because opportunities change based on market conditions, okay? It's not something you can force. And there were just more opportunities that I saw intraday today that I felt like I just had to take advantage of. So that's why you probably saw a lot of tweets coming from me today. So let's see, we'll go over that activity in this video, but I'll pick up from where I left off yesterday and then go into a summary of the week. All right, so yesterday going into today, I had a position in Apple. It was the 465, 475, 1/2 call ratio, which I had on for like a 30-cent debit. And it was basically a lotto play to the upside. If Apple was able to rally up to 475 by the close, this would have turned to $10. But even if it gapped up to say 465 at the open, the spread would have expanded nicely to about $1 or $2. Unfortunately, none of those things happened. Apple just flopped today. So immediately at the open, when I saw Apple didn't gap up, I decided, okay, I'll just reduce the cost basis here as much as I could by selling the 465, 470 call vertical, which turned the ratio into the 470, 475 call ratio. This brought in 21 cents of credit, which was good enough for me. I'll take like the 10-cent loss and move on. And then right after I did that, I noticed Facebook was rallying pretty hard. So I got some call calendar spreads at the 300 strike with the short leg expiring next Friday and the long leg expiring the Friday after that. What I was not expecting was the 10-point rally that ensued shortly after. And at that point, I was thinking to myself, like, okay, this type of move must be juicing up the premiums a lot for today's expiry. So I got super excited. I was looking at the option chain and I was basically looking for something that would allow me to capture some more upside without paying anything, while like at the same time finding something within striking distance of where Facebook currently was. And at the time, Facebook was trading around 276. And I was like, okay, it could do another 5 points, maybe 10. So I found the 280, 290, 315, 132 unbalanced call butterfly, which was going for like a 38-cent credit. And it even was going for like 50 cents, I think, like over the next 15 minutes after I got filled. So some of you, if you took the trade, might have gotten a better fill than I did. Now, the reason I really liked this play was that at this point, Facebook had already rallied like 12 points from the open. If it rallied to 290, which is where the short strikes were, then that's another 14 points from where it was, which is just insane. It probably wouldn't, but what it could do is rally, say, another 5 to 10 points. And if it did, this spread would expand extremely well. Like if Facebook ended up rallying to 285 over the next hour or two, this spread could have expanded to about $2 to $3, which would have been fantastic. Now, I knew at this time when I entered, the internals were not cooperating, so I was expecting Facebook to stall out, which it did, and perhaps pull back, which it also did, but not pull back this hard. Like, look at this. This was like a 61.8% retracement, which is pretty deep. So at this point, I was like, okay, Facebook is probably not going to make it back up to 280, especially with just 3 hours left in the trading session. So I decided to roll the 280 up to 285 to take in a bit more credit, like 20 cents or so, which left me with long 285 call and short 3 of the 290 calls. And I wasn't worried if Facebook had a hard rally afterwards because at this point, the 290 calls were trading for less than 10 cents. They just absolutely got crushed from this pullback. And I still had the long 285 call in front of those short 3. So if Facebook did come back up to say 280 within the next hour, that 285 would probably expand to close to like $1 and the 290s would still be worth nickels. But anyway, in the last 3 hours of the session, Facebook just kind of dribbled lower towards the open. So that play didn't get to the sweet spot as I was hoping it would. But here's the crazy part. Even though I was wrong about Facebook potentially moving up to 290, I still got paid to be wrong. All right. So that's the beauty of these types of plays because I never want to pay to be wrong. So going into next week, currently I'm just holding these Facebook 300 call calendars. I think if Facebook can do a touch of 300 near next Friday, this spread should expand to about $4 each, which would be like a 10x return because we paid 36 cents for each of these. All right, so that's pretty much it for the trades today. Pretty active day as far as intraday trading goes. Actually, it's probably the most active I've been in a single day that I shared out there. But, it's because it's Friday and it's options expiry. And when there's this sort of opportunity where the premium is extremely elevated as it was in the Facebook options, and I know they're all juiced up and expiring today, I just felt like I had to take advantage of it, So that's why, don't blame me. As far as how I did this week, I made $3.49 per spread on that Apple call ratio, lost 21 per spread on that Microsoft play, made 121 per spread on SPY, lost 9 per spread on that YOLO Apple play, and made 58 per spread on that Facebook unbalanced butterfly trade. Okay, overall not bad, just making sure to keep my losers small and letting the winners kind of take care of themselves. So this total P&L is up about 500 from last week just based off of these base sizes here. Again, this spreadsheet is just what I put on as an example with base units. I do scale up more than this in my own account, but this is just the base size that I share out there of what I'm doing. And this spreadsheet is also in no means any recommendation to buy or sell. It's just a trade tracker. All right, I'll do a bit of a market recap in the next video, and then I'll probably do another trade retro, probably on that Apple call ratio that had a lot of adjustments. So stay tuned for that. As always, if you're interested in following along, we are on Twitter, Discord, and Twitch in the mornings. We weren't today, but we will be on Monday. So yeah, feel free to check out the links to all those down in the description below. But for now, stay safe, Brew Crew, and we'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.